Applications to when I am unable to share my screen. Screen share stop.
मैडम ये चेक कर ले
Is it visible?
नो मैडम
No.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hello? Am I visible now? My screen is visible to you?
No, ma'am.
No,
ma'am.
No, no,
Okay.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
My dear student, now it is all visible to you, my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam, visible.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you. Thanks to Deepak. Thanks to Deepak sir. He may help me out. Okay. Last class, we have discussed about this introductions of a business ethic, definition of a moral, and basic concept related to ethics, differences between ethics and moral, and how it is work. I have also explained about this. The business ethics meaning the issues related to business ethics, importance. 3 C's I have not discussed with you. Okay, in a business ethics, there are 3 C's are there. There are compliance, contributions, and consequences. Here, 3 C. Without these 3 C, business ethics cannot be exist. That's the first is the compliance means whatever the actions. Here there
Ma'am,
is
this is our first class, ma'am.
yes, no. This is second class.
Ma'am, this
Tim,
is for online
yes.
student. This is first class, ma'am.
For the online student, this is first class, but physical class I have already covered all these things. Okay, I will share after the completion of the first unit. I will share all the PPTs with you, and if you have any doubt during the time period of the 10 days, you can ask. Okay.
Okay,
Now,
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
okay. Now, compliance here means that there is a law formulation of the law, principle of a morality, the customers of the society. All these things they are needed to formulate the rules and the regulation. It is a first and foremost things is required for a business ethics. Next is the contributions. Contribution which has includes the business can be contribute towards something for towards the society. As you know that society without society business cannot be sustained. It is required to contribute something for the society, do something for the society. That's why core value should be formulated, quality of the product should be given to the customers, create more, generate more employability, then useful activities to the surrounding like infrastructure development, some sanitations, educations, like this they will contribute something so that the quality of life will be improved of the society. They can improve their quality of the life as well as they can improve their all the sphere. Okay, last point is the QWL, that is the quality work life influence the ethics and the norms. Without these contributions, so business cannot be sustained for the longer period of time. If the only the profit generating profit motive is the business people must be there, then the company cannot be sustained longer period. It is required contribute something to the society. As the consequences are the result of which the environment inside and outside of the organization is very balanced way. They can maintain social responsibility towards the stakeholders, business, customers, employees. Their responsibilities are there. Good image, public image can be generated. So these consequences of the company maintaining its means business ethics. Okay, those who are please mute yourself. If you have any doubt, then you will unmute and answer. Please mute. It's my request to student, please mute. This is online class. We have limited time period. We have to cover many more things. Please mute yourself. These, if I have any doubt from this slide, or I will go for the next one. 3 C's, all of you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Then we have already discussed this scope part. Okay. Now the theory base. How this business ethics generate and what are the basic theory or the thought process are there, we will discuss this class. See, business ethics is basically is a normative study. Normative, the dictionary meaning is the establishment of the ethics. Here in this normative study, which is aimed to arrive at a conclusion, what the things are good and bad, wrong, right, all these things are coming under this normative ethics. You can say that some company follow the corporate governance standard, or a manager ought to be very means systematic, or you can say very disciplined, so that they can avoid the conflict of interest among the employee. These are the normative theories which where the company as well as business people have to maintain. That is called as a normative theory. Normative theory, there are divided into two parts. One is consequentive theory, which is based upon the conclusion. Conclusion means when doing something, input is there, process, then output, whether it is good or bad. That is called as a consequences theory. This theory is again, this consequences theory divided into two parts: egoism theory and utilitarianism theory. Non-consequential theory is based upon deontological theory. Okay, first of all, one by one, try to understand. First is egoism theory. Ego means, all of you know, that the self-interest. The person who given emphasize the only one self-interest, me, I, me, myself, the based upon the theory is called as egoism. That person is called as a self-interest or selfish person. When any thing is occur in the businesses, anything is occur for the only self, the person who believe in the philosophy that self-interest is the first and foremost priority, during that time, that a person is coming under this thought process of a egoism theory. Okay, normally the tendency is to equate egoism with the individual personal interest, and it is equally identify with the interest of organization and or the society. Here what happened, the philosopher has distinguished two kind of egoism. One is personal ego, another is impersonal ego. Here, what is this personal ego? The person who should pursue their long-term interest and does not dedicate it what other will think. That means the person only think for themselves and do not think that what other will think. During that time, that ego is coming under personal ego. Do you understand? That the person who only think for himself and do not, or herself, and do not think about what the other will think, that is personal ego. Impersonal ego argue that everyone should follow the best long-term interest. That means that that person is not at all, they think about the other first, then after they do what they want to do. That is called as a impersonal ego. Everybody think that yes, ego means it is very negative, but not like that. Ego is an act, it never ever act against any society. It is always, it is a given emphasize the society first, then after, then other. Okay, here there is a personal and impersonal. Sometimes there is a psychological ego is there. That is a human tendency, that they think for themselves, and the man who are motivated by self, first of all, it is when the motivation is concerned, during that time self motivation is the most important thing, that is coming under this egoism. Okay, here in this theory, which has given emphasize the safeguard the interest without hurting anyone's interest. Okay, that is called as a egoism theory. Am I clear? First of all, egoism theory is associated with self-interest. Self-interest is the most important thing. Second thing, here in this egoism theory is the act morally what is wrong or what is right. They will, that is on the basis of that, there are two type of egoism there. The first is personal and impersonal. Personal, first of all, think for themselves, then after think for others. Impersonal, it is argued that everyone should follow their best long-term interest. These are the impersonal. And egoism theory is always based upon what? It is always based upon not against of the society. It is always taken care of about the interest of the society. Am I clear to you?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Come to the next, utilitarianism theory. Utilitarianism theory is an ethical theory that states that the best action is one that maximum utility. Okay, utility means how to use the best, maximum best you can provide. Here in this utilitarianism theory, utility is defined in terms of a well-being. This term was first cited by Bentham, J. Bentham, who was considered as a traditional utilitarianism, or he has called as, there are two persons are there. One is J. Bentham, another person is J. S. Mill. J. Bentham has given emphasis on pleasure and avoidance of any kind of a pain. All of you know the pleasure. How we will get pleasure? Through happiness, through right understanding, harmony. Through this process, we can get our pleasure. All of you are feel all when somebody appreciate you, whether you are very feel painful or very means find out that you are very happy and pleasure you felt. If somebody appreciate you, giving reward, what do you feel?
Yes,
Feel
ma'am.
happy.
Yes.
Very,
We'll be happy.
Feel happy, ma'am.
very happy. Very good. So he says that always business people giving emphasis on the pleasure, the avoidance, and of this pain. Okay, your happiness, harmony through this process of harmony, all these things as a given emphasis by J. Bentham. And he in this theory he has developed that utilitarianism describe utility as the sum of a pleasure that result from an action minus the suffering of anyone involved in this action. That means giving emphasis on the pleasure, avoidance all kind of a pain. He has said, is it possible always you will happy? My dear student, is it
No.
possible you can always be happy?
No, ma'am.
Oh, ma'am.
A limitation of a yes, exactly. You are absolutely right that it is not as a human being, it is not possible we are always being happy. That's why this principle is criticized in it is very difficult to measure your happiness. If for you it is happiness, it may be it may not be same happiness I will find. I have cited last class I cited example in the examination hall. In examination hall, if you are cheating you feel very happy, but what about me? What about me? How I whether I feel happy or unhappy?
Unhappy.
Obviously I will very unhappy. I given so much effort to my student, but they do not do anything and
cheated.
they started cheating. Obviously I will be very unhappy. So that is he says that it is when this theory is criticized like this, it is very difficult to measure the happiness. If maybe you whatever giving the happiness to you, same happiness I cannot be give. Okay, I same way not get that same. First criticism. Second criticism says the result or the agent should confirm the rules that maximize utility. Here, who are the agent? Managers are considered as an agent in ethics, business ethics. Okay. Here, agent should be confirm the rules that maximum utilizations of resources. It is not possible that the manager always given emphasis optimum utilization resources. Sometimes it may be minus plus is occur. So this is the limitation of this study. That's why the J.S. Mill, who has again make the research on that and given research detail how to develop happiness. First is accurately state the action to be evaluated. Properly evaluate the action. On the basis of that, you will find your happiness. First thing. Second thing, identify all those who directly or indirectly affected by it. Then first of all accurate state of happiness find out. Second is identify who are directly indirectly affected. Third is the carry out the analysis good and bad consequences. Good or bad consequences means at the end of the result. Then the compare the rules of a various action. These things are developed by J.S. Mill. Why this developed? Because while a manager taking any kind of a decisions during that time, they will focus on moral aspect of their means colleagues and subordinates, so that create happiness among them, and they take care about other also while they taking any decision. Only managers happiness is not only focus, they focus to the organizational happiness also, employees happiness also is most important. That's why those manager who follow this principle, they come under this utilitarianism philosophy. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam, please tell again.
First of all, egoism theory theory focused on the self-interest. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Second, utilitarianism theory focus on utility of the efforts. How they utilize. Bentham, J. Bentham says that he considered as a traditional form of a philosopher in the utilitarianism. He says that only the happiness or the pleasure is most important in life and minus to the pen. It is not possible always. It is not possible to have we will happy every time. Sometimes we unhappy. Okay, so that's why J.S. Mill is the another philosopher of utilitarianism under the theory of utilitarianism. He says that it is a required, one person is required to be happy. Through this process, first they accurately evaluate the how the person can be happy. Second, identify who are directly or indirectly affected to this happiness. Third, they carry out the analysis, good or the bad consequences before taking any decision. And lastly, they compare the result.
Ma'am,
Yes,
can simplify what is the exact meaning of utilitarianism in simplified manner?
utilitarianism. Very simply, I'm saying that utilitarianism focus on pleasure minus to pain. Remember this point? Focus to pleasure minus to the pain. This theory entirely based upon that. Okay, I am telling the keywords.
Minus to-
Remember that write down these keywords. Egoism theory based upon self-interest. Utilitarianism theory is based upon pleasure and pain. Clear?
Ma'am,
The two.
hello.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Yes.
All these are the attributes of human beings. Huh?
Yes, these are the attributes of the human being, but these are the theoretical aspect. How the business ethics has evolved. It is not overnight. Business ethics is not evolved. Slowly, gradually, through this thought process, business ethics are evolved, and where we stand now, this is the ultimately occur. Somebody will refer, if the organization is a very small organization, they have limited fund, they focus on their own sustainability. That is egoism theory. They are coming. Am I clear to you? When
No,
they increase
there
the fund,
are two
they increase the
perspectives. One
fund.
is from organizational perspective. There is from persons working in
No,
that
no, no.
organization. There is one perspective.
Organization. Business is the only, not only the person. It is the entire society is coming under that. Business ethics, as I told you that business ethics, when the ethical principle implemented on the business, that is called as a business ethics. Business cannot be run by only one person. It is entire organization, stakeholder, shareholder, government, general public, everybody is coming. Okay.
Madam, actually,
Yes.
what is the actual difference between personal ego and impersonal ego?
Personal ego, write down the meaning that the person who argue that they the long term interest is based upon the self,
1 minute,
and they
madam.
do not think about
The
the other,
person,
what the other will think. And
the
first of all, they will focus on self, me. Somebody, when, as I told you that when the small organizations are there, they only think about the sustainability of that particular person and how to sustain that business only. They do not go for the how they contribute to the society, how to employability create. It is not possible for them because fund is very limited. First of all, the business is required to sustain. Am I clear?
yeah.
First of
But
all, they
impersonal,
impersonal is argue about that everyone should follow the best interest for the longer period, follow the best principle which has a longer period. That is called as a impersonal. Personal is the impersonal. Egoism argue that everyone should follow their long term interest. Whatever they do, they think for entire society. Whatever the decision taken for the entire, on the basis of society, they take the decision. But a personal, say, they do not think what the other or the society is saying. They think about the first self and then after about the society. Clear?
Okay, that is only the concern about their own business.
Yes, only business, because this class is about business ethics.
but impersonal, they will consider the society as a whole.
Yes, society as a whole. Here it is only concern about the person, personal interest. Here there is a concern, impersonal is entire society they focus. Okay.
Okay. Now
Next.
this utilitarianism in theory.
Utilitarianism.
Uh,
Utilitarianism based upon pleasure and minus to the pen.
but
Focus on pleasure.
in this, what is the failure, madam?
Yes, yes. What is?
What is the failure of this theory?
Failure of the theory is that the J. Bentham has developed this concept that a business always, whatever the decision taken by the manager, only the focus on the pleasure part, they forget about and avoid all sorts of a pen. Okay. Yeah, here in this theory is the limitation. It is not possible to make happy to all in the society and organization at all. Is it possible to make happy to all?
No.
No,
ma'am.
it is not possible. That's why J.S. Mill, another philosopher, he contradicts the idea about this Bentham and says that rather than focusing only happiness, it is required to find out the framework which is provide happy. Okay. These are the whatever the detailed framework I am saying, the 4 point he has narrated. You know that there is a Murthy books are there, business ethics by Murthy, various very clumsy, very complicatedly he has explained this theory. But if you go the Bedi book, that book they explain very narrative and simple way. Okay, you can also refer this slide as well. There is no problem at all. But it is try to understand the keywords. Remember the keywords. Okay, fine.
Madam, please share the slide, madam.
Yes, after the completion of my first unit, I will share with you. No problem. Okay.
Okay.
Come to the next. Kantianism theory. Immanuel Kant is regarded as a realistic school in the modern time. He said that actions to be morally worth if reflect a goodwill. Goodwill, according to Kant, means the actions done for the reason of the principle from a sense of a duty. This theory is also known as a deontological theory. Remember, write down this, that this theory is also known as a deontological theory. Deonto means the duty and logi means study. When the person or the manager focus on the duty part, that is goodwill means here that is duty. How the actions, whatever the actions is taken by the manager, it is their duty to do something good for the other. That is coming under this Kantianism theory. This Kantianism theory is based upon basic two duties, that is universal. Another is as the means as an end. Here, suppose for take an example that personal confidential informations, if it is a confidential as word is used by the HR, then when the employee apply a resume and selected, there are certain confidential matters are there which is do not require to discuss in a public forum. But some managers are there, they started discussing about behind of that person, started discussing about what is to do it, what are the confidential matter over there. They discuss all this thing. He says the Kantianism theory says that focus on the duty part rather than discussing the confidential matter of the employee. It is required to focus what the duty assigned by the organization. That is all about the duty part. That is called as a Kantianism theory. Am I clear?
That only the duty part should be discussed.
Very good. Yes, only duty part. Goodwill is based upon the duty. If you are HR manager or if you are anywhere working, during that time, it is your duty that you maintain your goodwill. How will maintain your goodwill? Through your duty. That is called as the deontological theory.
That's why the manager only he has to talk about the duty part with
Yes.
the employees, not
Yes.
the confidential.
Confidential matter in front of a public. In public means in employees, among other employees. Some people have a tendency that they will discuss every matter behind the person. If I am working somewhere else, they will not talk in front of me rather than talk behind of me. It is a responsibility of manager. So such type of things should be limited, and that should be means restricted in the within the organization, which create a negative consequences or negative impact in a work culture. Am I clear now?
मैडम
Yes.
ओडिया रे कहले पछन चुगली करिवा
हाँ बस बस वेरी गुड ठीक कथा कहले से चुगली न करिकी आमे ड्यूटी पार्ट रे फोकस करबा ठीक अछि okay next is a very complicated theory. This is I will say that virtue theory. Virtue dictionary meaning is that behavior showing high moral standard. That means how you react in a different situation that shows that your moral part, how morally you are strong and how you maintaining your judgment, how you maintain your standard. That shows that in a virtue theory. What I think you understand that. Here it is that these virtues are coming under normative ethics theory, and which emphasize on the virtue of the mind and the character. That means the behavior which is showing to the other, it is reflections of your moral standard that keep in the mind. Aristotle has developed this virtue theory that he says that virtue as the character trait that manifests itself in habitual action. Here he says that virtue ethics equal to excellent human being. One person, how can be excellent? That person can be courageous, honest, ethical, benevolent, self-control, leadership quality, good motivator, teamwork. If the such all the quality among one person's have, that person declare as a good human character. You know, behavior and character difference. Behavior can be changed, but if character, it is very difficult to change because it is a within your one individual. That's why it is very difficult to become a good behavior, showing the good behavior or good character to the other. Okay, here it is required to be excellent human being can be possible through your good character. And you can say that I behave properly, but behavior can be changed. In a one situation you behave positively, another same situation in life you started scolding to other, negative behavior you are showing. So that is what he says. Aristotle says that one person must be controlled over their behavior and character part. Okay, in utilitarian and Kantianism, both the ethical theory which is given emphasize only on what actions are right, but virtue theory explain about what kind of a person should we be. Okay, only right thing you what is right, what is good, what is bad, all the people knows that, but how we can be a good person in Aristotle has identified that. This theory, you can see the slide that a person possesses such quality exhibited the excellent human character, the least of possible virtues in longer. This is not general argument on which are the most important. The possible virtue includes courage, honest, tolerance, self-control, benevolent, then leadership, good motivator, teamwork. All the persons have, then person can be declared as a good, excellent human being. It is a manager, good manager must have a virtue in their behavior. What is the advantage of this virtue theory? Advantage is it's
Madam,
motivated.
please.
Yes.
Madam, just 1 minute, go to the back slide, madam.
Back slide. This one?
Actually, in this, it is implies to employee or
One
to the manager.
It is a kind of a person, one person, maybe an employee, maybe an management, maybe an entrepreneur, proprietor, maybe anyone else.
Okay, it is applicable to all.
Yes, you remember the key term that utilitarianism and Kantianism theory given emphasize what actions are right. Okay, what actions one person will do, happiness, pleasure, self-interest, these are the actions. But this virtue theory explain what kind of a person should we are.
Okay.
Okay. This is the basic difference. In this virtues theory, given emphasized on good human character. Excellent human character. Okay. What are the advantage? First advantage, it is motivate to work morally. If you are positive vibes within the work environment, then one person motivated to work. If there is a negative vibe entire way, we do not go to the organization. We hesitate to go. We think that every day will be holiday. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, madam.
If your entire environment
Yes.
is good, your entire environment is positive, environment is good, then you feel very jolly to go there. If there is a negative environment there, what do you feel? It is
We
a
will
what
hesitate.
we hesitate, we do not want to go, we think that why don't the holiday declare today?
Yes, madam.
Like that, such things will happen. That is the virtue advantage is that if one person became a virtue theory for or a good human being, then the work culture is positive and morally they are boost. First advantage. Second advantage is that it does not rely on the theory of a self improvement. It focuses on the individual and building otherwise it into the better people. It is not focused on the I will improve, I will success, I will be one of the popular person. Such type of things they will not focus. That person focus on individual development as well as it build to the society other persons also. That is virtue theory. And then lastly, that is a map on the moral reasons. Moral reason they have find out the how to become a good human. Then what is the limitation? Limitation is that no single and a definite answer to what is to be done in a moral dilemma. Moral dilemma, do you know that?
Confusion.
Yes, confusion. Suppose, for example, you are attending a interview, you are going for attending an interview during on the way, you found that one accident is occurred. But this is the last chance you for attending that interview. So, but I'm telling you one case. Here, somebody is there. It is a last chance for the last interview. PI is there. Then it is and this job is very much required for you. But here there is a one person is faced the accident, immediate hospitalization is required. What will do on that situation? Whether you leave the interview, whether you will leave that accident person, those who are faced, what will do?
We will be in dilemma. What to do?
ambulance and will go to attend the
Yes, yes. What will do?
I will definitely help that person.
for
You call the ambulance and go for the attending interview. Either option is there. Otherwise, you call the interview person that I face such type of things and I unable to go there. Maybe you leave that
Yes,
this
yes, we can postpone the meeting.
postpone the idea, postpone the attending interview, or you may be you are not one person is not a VIP na. Everybody cannot be postponed.
If they allow that, then it is
Yeah,
okay. If
they
they
allow.
don't allow,
Yes, exactly.
life
If
is
they allow.
life is first important.
Life is first important. Everybody knows that. But thing is that that situation, that case is called as a ethical dilemma. What to do, what not to
Yes.
do. How we will develop the thing through the development of your moral standard that can be possible through the moral judgment, which is very much required in our life. Particularly those who are manager, it is very much required to become an ethical. So next limitation is that
Actually, madam, this is required for a manager.
no, every individual, all the individual in a life, if you're working somewhere else or if you do not working somewhere else also, everybody need this thing. But I
But
try to link up with business ethics.
but how
Okay.
it is linked to the business ethics?
See, that is suppose shortage of raw material is there. In one person in a black, they were providing black black through the providing raw material, and somebody is no, says that no, we will not invest that money for the raw material purpose. Such type of things is also happen. Conflict of interest. Okay. So during that time, what will do as a manager? Yeah, on that case, if you face, then what will do? So this is coming under one person face in a, if a person is a very excellent human being, then they think what is the betterment for the productions as well as a betterment for the organization, everybody. Okay. This is about this limitation. Last limitation is difficult to tell what someone motivate. Maybe you motivate in some way, and you are somebody is motivated, like somebody motivated through monetary, somebody motivated through good words, somebody motivated through the good work culture, somebody their motivation is varies from one person to person. So it is not specified that this is only the way one person became a good human. It is motivation is also required. So that this is the two limitations of a virtue theory. Am I clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Next
Yes,
is next is your discourse theory. Discourse theory is a dictionary meaning is that what is written or the spoken, or you can say that it is a code of conduct type. Okay, that is called as a discourse theory. Discourse theory refers to type of argument that attempt to establish ethical truth by examining presupposition of a discourse. Here, the German philosopher Jürgen Hamburg and Karl Otto Appel are considered the orienter of the modern discourse theory. This theory is two M's are there. First is the reason to ethical position. Second, it is a dialogue about the situation of a moral problem. Here, there is a two things they have discussed. In Hamburg, who has a constructed and says the against of a Kant theory, that is duty is always not a focus. There are certain things is required to beyond our duty. We have to take the decision. So this discourse theory has given emphasize that a discourse theory prefer to describe the situation and find out the best solution. First of all, discuss the what is the problem. Then after find their solution. That is called as a discourse theory. Okay.
Actually,
First
madam,
yes.
किसी बुझा पड़लानी.
First of all, a manager analyze the problem. What is the problem? Rather than taking the final decision, before the taking the final decision, they go for the analysis of the problem properly, step by step. It is not one-sided. It is all the person involved in this find out the problem. Then after the taken the last decision. That he has to take within the organization, in your life as well, in business as well.
Discourse ethics means what, madam?
Yes.
What is discourse ethics?
Discourse ethics means it is a written format or the code of conduct which is followed by the businesses. That is called as a discourse. In a dictionary.
In every organization, it is any good organization, it has to be followed.
Yes. All the organization try to follow that. As your future manager, it is your responsibility. You do not take the decision spontaneously. First of all, discuss among all the person who are associated with that problem. Then after, take the final solution. This is all about discourse theory. Okay?
Okay, madam. Okay.
Last and foremost thing is a feminist ethics. Feminist ethics is a focus on the women. The women who are working in the organization, they must be morally do not morally demoralize is not required. It is always morally boost up is required. That is called as feminist theory. You can see your slide that feminist theory is an attempt to revise, reform, and rethink traditional ethics to extend it, depreciate or devalued women moral experience. First, its goal is to articulate moral actions practice for the women subordinates to prescribe moral justifiable way for resisting such as the action and practices morally describe alternative that will promote women liberty. That means in those persons is working in an organization, women is do not demoralize as you're taking leave and your always health problems are there, your family problems are there. Such type of things is not demoralized. They have to give the special place and always encourage and morally boost is required those who are working as a woman. Okay, this is all about this feminism theory.
Actually, in every organization for feminist, this ethics has to be followed, madam.
Not always. I am a lady, I know that. I can explain better way. This ethics is in a book, but when the reflection time or the practical implementation is there, they say many things to us. You are taking leave, your health problem is always lies, your many more things we have to face as a woman.
Actually,
You
True,
are
madam.
in private sectors,
Good
this is
practices.
very difficult actually.
yes, that's why it is required
Madam,
of
all these are good
another
practices.
required to be encouraged women. Sometimes some people are encouraging us. Yes, you do more research and you can do. Somebody boost us and somebody demoralize us. It is required to be morally boost the women, those who are working. Give them
That's why
them.
government is focusing more on
Yes, yes, yes.
this.
Our government is also focusing. What is the government also providing lots of facilities to the women? But that thing is not found in the private sectors.
That is the thing need to be imposed upon.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
That
If yes, yes. If you have any doubt, you can ask. From the theory aspect, if you have any doubt.
madam, just 1 second. Back slide, madam. 1 second.
Which one?
No,
What
just
you
no, last slide.
Feminine.
That
is
is
this one?
just 1 second.
Yes, this theory is an attempt to be given emphasis to women morally boost, and how this is can possible through the practice, good practice to the women subordinates, and prescribe morally justifiable way of resisting such as actions and practices. Moral describe alternative that will promote women liberty as well. Okay,
Okay,
these
okay.
are the things. These are the things of a feminist ethics. From any
Ma'am,
doubt from
ma'am, in all total, we can
yes.
say all these are good practices are there. If one organization want, if which practice he has to he have to adapt it to make his organization in better way.
Yes, yes. All the theories
If
are there.
there is
All
no
the theories
compulsion.
is going on. Still, the research, more
There is,
research is going on to how to maintain good ethics within the organization. Still is going
to
on.
make it.
We will, future we will have a very good other theories is there. Okay.
Let's discuss this in later on. Ma'am, please continue.
Madam, to prescribe morally justifiable way for resisting such actions and practices means what?
Which with you? What do you say? Can you repeat?
No, this feminist ethics is an attempt to revise, reform, and
Yes.
rethinking traditional ethics to the extent it depreciate or devalue women's moral experience.
Yes.
Exactly
Yes.
what does it mean?
See, in a before traditional, there is a word discrimination is there. What discrimination? While the giving appointment during that time, some organization prefer male and some organization do not require female. So for the some position, okay. Take an example of a fire brigade. There is no women are there, but we are saying about the gender equality. In government say
No, no,
example, there is a some
no.
example.
In
Yes.
recent week, last week, government has decided to take firemen women.
Now they say traditional what we have. Somebody is asking about
It
the
was
tradition.
there. It was there due to physical limitation.
Yes, but we are saying gender equality. Okay.
You cannot say in everywhere
See,
where
another
that is not possible.
see another example in a TVS. Okay, TVS company, manufacturing industry. They do not allow the women. Some unit, I'm not talking about all the units, some unit, manufacturing units are there, they do not allow women. There is an
There may
organization
be some
still
such
up there, and some
constraints that
organization, if you see, some organization is there, Aditya Birla, there is a very few males are allowed for interview, the women are there, but we are saying about gender equality. That is a
no,
thing is that it is depend
there
upon
may
the
be some
person.
constraints, there may be some business constraints. If it
Ha,
is
ha.
throughout the organization, then you can say that the mentality, that is the attribute of that organization. But if
Yes.
somewhere localized,
Hmm.
localized, it means there is some constraint in geographical location, yeah, some
Maybe,
locality issue, some
maybe.
regional issue.
Somebody said about the traditional ethics, about to revise, reform, and rethink the traditional ethics. Okay. If somebody is taking leave constantly due to family reason, health issue, because of the children, one employee means women employees taking leave during that time, organization will hesitate for giving that. So this is the situation everywhere are there. Some extent similarity dissimilarities are there, but it is while a manager is a concern, they focus on that there no women is demoralized, and they think about the while the taking decisions that giving be justified, understand the talent, on the basis of that justify their skill. That is the thing about this feminist ethics.
If there is
Then
not that change, then ultimately they will lose.
Yes, both of us saying something. Yes, one by one.
madam, to articulate moral action and practices for women's subordination means what?
Articulations, moral actions and practice for the women subordinate. Articulate means properly you morally justify or what type of action you are taking. It should you think about your subordinate, women subordinate, accordingly you take the action. It is not the spontaneous decision that yes, what the male can do, female have to do. Not like that. Morally, they should not be, the women should not be demoralized. That is the thing one person must have. Second is about that while the taking the decision, that person must be justifiable. That means they understand the talent, skill of among the women, and on the basis of that you resist or you say that don't do the you do all these things negative way. Like this you say, first of all justify the talent. Last one is morally describe alternatives. What are the alternatives is there for the women liberty? And now they are developing on this feminism theory. Okay.
Madam, what are possible questions for this chapter?
Possible questions. I will tell in whenever I will finish my first unit.
Ma'am, hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Ma'am,
Yes, you're audible.
Yes, ma'am. I think the book we are having, actually that is different from what we are teaching right now.
And in your syllabus, there is no such thing is not there.
I
Yes.
don't know, ma'am, but I am opening the
No,
book content.
all these theories are not
Yes,
there.
yes.
The book
Yes.
provided by DDC,
Ha,
all
ha.
the theories of basics are not there, but there is some related to this business ethics, sustainability as a goal of business ethics, environmental perspective of business
Don't worry
ethics.
about that thing. Don't worry about that thing. This question is a always such type of question is coming on your business ethics paper. Okay, whatever I discuss, I'm
It
not
is,
going beyond
it
your
is there,
syllabus.
ma'am. It is
Yes.
there, it is there. Feminist ethics, discourse ethics, virtues ethics, normative ethical theories, all
Hmm.
these are there. But
Hmm.
yes, you added some more ethics. That is good.
That is better for you. Everything I have added. What if that is added something that for your understanding it is required.
Yes.
Okay. Go if I'll go beyond your syllabus, then tell me immediately. No problem at all. It is most welcome for you. Give
If
suggestion.
for students those who are asking, you can see
Ah,
contents of Unit 1. At the
ah.
last end of the contents, you can see the such these ethics are available.
Okay. All of you are clear? about this ethical aspects?
Yes,
Next,
madam.
coming class, we will discuss about the concept of a value. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much for listening attentively, and 1 hour is already been over. Then see you on the next class. Okay,
Okay,
then.
madam.
Bye bye.
Okay, ma'am.